Hey guys, Southern Sunken here with another Obsidian Flames pack opening video. All I've got today is just one pack of Obsidian Flames with the Charizard art here going on the cardboard. But let's see. Thank you for joining me today. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what art we haven't encountered. Let's see what stories haven't been told. All right. Ugh, these packs are so hard to open. There we go. Alright, we got a code card going on here. Let's get our energy out of the way. Psychic energy, and let's see. Alright, Houndour. Talked about Houndour before. Alright, Combee. Definitely talked about Combee in depth. This Diglett here, alright. I feel like there's really something intimidating in his he is looking at something, and although Diglett doesn't have a mouth, definitely an interesting expression, all right, at least in my mind, going on with this Diglett. So I like the story being told here, so I gotta give that a plus. Setting wise, interesting. I can't really place it, but it's not your typical generic background, so I'll give that setting a check, and the style is fine. I gotta give that a check as well. Rowlet, talked about seeing this Rowlet before. Seen this Pupitar before. Ooh, Togetic. Okay, I have not covered this Togetic. So some interesting stuff going on. Togetic kind of looking a little goofy here in this card. What in the world? So let's talk about setting, and it's kind of hard to place. It almost looks like Togetic is above the trees, flying above the trees. You got all these flowers, almost like they're floating, as well as Togetic causing that. So definitely an interesting setting. Gotta give that a plus. Style-wise is just a check for me. Yes, it's very colorful and bright, but it's not wowing me, so I'll give it a check. It's definitely not bad. And story, I don't know. Togetic's just looking, I mean, I talk about Togetic looking goofy, but I love the Larvitar art rare card, and that is probably one of the goofiest cards in this set. But the goofiness here on Togetic, I don't know. And again, it's kind of hard to tell. What is Togetic doing in this card? Flying through the forest, or is Togetic above the trees? I guess I'll have to give the story a check here as well. Interesting stuff going on. All right, this Volcarona. So Volcarona, I do usually dig it when a Pokemon is kind of front and center of a card, kind of staring straight at you. I like the style. I like a lot of the color shading we have going on here. I don't know about the setting though. Style, I'll give it a plus because I do like the color shading. But the setting though, this mountain background, and maybe it is the style that's affecting it. This purple and yellow is really kind of contrasting here with these reds and the orange of Volcarona. So setting, mountain setting, I'll give it a check. Story-wise, though, this is one thing. As much as I love seeing a Pokemon kind of front and center, it sometimes detracts from the story because, you just got the Pokemon looking right at you, and there's not a lot of expression going on in Volcarona's face. So I think I have to give the story for this card a minus. However, that being said, there is one card, a Froakie card in this set that is front and center looking right at you, but almost kind of like the exact opposite of this card, a real highlight of this set that I hope to pull on camera at least once. So going on, ooh, Scyther. Haven't seen this one, but I have seen this a lot in Obsidian Flames. There's a lot of cards where the background, the setting, has like their version for Scarlet and Violet of the Pokemon centers, so kind of like out in the open areas, and I'm not digging the setting on those cards that are out that represent the Scarlet and Violet games and the whole open areas that you can explore. So I think I'm going to give the setting here a minus on this card, but let's talk about style. It's fine, doesn't really stand out. I'll give it, honestly, no, it's kind of fading in the background too. And I don't know if I like the shadow work. There is one card that I adore the shadow work, the Pidgeotto. I do hope to pull that as well. But I don't like the shadows on this Scyther. It's throwing the proportions, especially the lower abdomen portions of Scyther, off in this card. It almost looks like an unnatural twisting position for Scyther. So I really think I've got to give everything a minus here for this card. And of course, for me, a plus is a 100, a check is a 85, and a minus is a 70. So it's not failing, but there's just a lot of elements that are not working together well in this card. But let's move on. Definitely a lot to talk about there with that card. Love this Lapras, adore it. I love this murky, dark water. A lot of times when we think of Lapras, we might think of like pure, crystal clear water, but here we've just got this murky, dark water because you got the sunset. It's almost photorealistic. This is a real plus, plus, plus for me. Even though it's a simple story being told, Lapras is happy. Lapras has had a good day. And then our last card, a Toxicity. All right. A lot of times the holofoil throws things off for me in terms of looking at the story style and setting, and it kind of hurts it on this card as well, especially when I'm trying to get a good look at the setting. It's hard to see because of the holofoil. A lot of action, but it's hard to make out the action of this card. Now, from what I can see, the setting doesn't seem like anything to write home about. I don't even know if it's appropriate for Toxicity, so I had to give that a minus. Style, kind of similar to that Scyther, but a little bit better in terms of the shadow work, so I guess I'll give that a check. And the story, yes, there's action, but that's about it. You can't really see the story being told. And again, that's just the nature of the beast, I think, with these holofoil cards. Yes, it's pretty to have the holofoil, but when you're trying to look and put a spotlight on the artwork displayed, I am not digging the holofoils for just kind of like our regular hits for these packs. But let's see, what are my standouts for this pack? So since we just got the one, definitely Lapras, Scyther, kind of a miss for me. I do like the Volcarona, although there's not much of a story being told. I'm not going to put the Togetic there. Of course, you can't go wrong with a Comia card. Diglett, it's got an interesting, I am curious, what is Diglett looking up at? Combee, gotta love it. That tree, oh man. The tree is the star of the show here with this card. It's not even Combee, because it's just so many questions about this tree. Why is it so big? What is it doing there? Where is Combee at? Where are we in the Pokemon world with this tree? If you know, please somebody tell me. But good pack, good stuff going on today with our opening. So thank you for joining me, and I will see y'all later.